Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today again is foodie day, so I'm going to be making some pork stew and some pasta for next week, so please make sure you stay tuned. So the ingredients I'm going to be using for this dish is going to be the pork shoulder steaks, which is half a kilo, so 500 grams. I'm going to be using some pasta. It's a spirali, but you can use fusilli, or with this dish you can even boil some potatoes. We've got a couple of smaller onions right at the back, Worcester sauce, we've got some black peppers, we've got some paprika powder, I've got my universal seasoning and olive oil and sea salt as well. So it's quite a basic recipe, I think, and I'm going to be using my lovely Instant Pot for all this. So I'm going to be making the pasta first, and then I'm going to be making the pork stew in there afterwards. So let's go and let's crack on. Alright, so I got my Instant Pot ready. This is going to be for the pasta. So I've got this spirali pasta, but any kind of pasta will do. It's half a kilo, I believe. And what we do with any kind of pasta, look at the back, how long it's supposed to be cooking for. This one is 10 to 12 minutes, so I look at the lowest number, which is 10, and divide it by 2, so it's 5 minutes in the Instant Pot. If you like it more dente, then can give it a go and maybe try a small amount and reduce it by 1 more minute. But I'm going to be doing 5 minutes for this. So what I do, I just pop it in there, and I'm going to fill this up with water. I don't actually measure the water for this. So it's just cold water. So as I said, you can use the fusilli. Spaghetti, I find it a bit harder because obviously the bits will be sticking out, and whatever sticks out, so whatever is not on the water, it will dry out. So you have to make sure that it's all covered in water. You're probably wondering why I'm not taking the pot, but it took me forever to get my tripod into position, and it's kind of leaning against the Instant Pot, so that's why. Alright, so it's done. You see nothing sticking out. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And then I'm gonna bring you to the front and I'll show you how I set this up. Alright, so we are on the front now, so I'm going to put it on pressure cook, but I will have to bring it down to 5 minutes. As I said, if it's too overdone for you, then you can reduce, but just make sure that you check the back of your pasta, because obviously it's not going to be 5 minutes for all of them. So this is now all on, but we need to make sure that the vent on the top is sealed, because if it's open, it will start venting and it will not reach pressure. Okay, so I'm going to time how long it's going to take for it to reach pressure. It's a fair bit of water in there, so I presume it will be probably about 10 to 15 minutes. So when it reaches pressure, it will start counting to 5 minutes, but then we have to do a quick manual release because we don't want to overcook the pasta. So I'll be back as soon as the time is up. Instant Pot is asleep, so 5 minutes is up. I'm going to do a quick manual release and we'll check on the pasta. So how I did the manual release was I pressed cancel on the Instant Pot, and you can see sealing. So I opened the vent. You have to be opening it, closing it, opening it, closing it. It's extremely hot, so please be very careful. So we just have to wait until the knob is down so that we can open the lid. So you see the pasta is lovely. I'm pretty sure it's more than done. So I'm just going to sift this through. Alright, so the pasta is done now, so I cleaned off my Instant Pot and I'm going to be prepping it for the pork stew. So a bit of olive oil. So I've got the 2 onions chopped up. I use my little manual onion chopper, which I think is very handy. On the front, we're going to have to put on saute. it comes up again with number 10, and then soon we will hear sizzling. So the bleep just to indicate that it's on. Right, I don't know if you can see, lovely and steamy. So it's nice and glassy now. So I'm going to be adding the chopped up pork. So I've got the pork here, and so we pop this in. I just cut it up to cubes. Okay, you just have to fry it together. We have to make sure that the meat is all sealed. We don't want any redness. So I'm still on the saute setting on the prawns, so I haven't changed it. Keeps going. Sometimes when it takes longer to saute everything together, then the saute kind of turns itself off, but then you just need to press the button again to turn it back on. So just wait until every piece is nice and white, all nicely sealed. So it won't take long. I like to do the pasta first, so that I know it's done and dusted. And then I just wash up the Instant Pot, and I do the stew, and then I forget about it, to be honest, until it's done, so I can just do other stuff. That's the beauty of the Instant Pot, I think, and a Ninja, that you don't have to stand, you don't have to stir too much, you don't, just keep an eye on it, really. Okay, so we are almost there. When it's almost done, you can actually crack on and we can start putting on the seasoning of everything apart from the paprika. So I got my sea salt here, fine sea salt. Again, as you know, I tend to eyeball it. I got my seasoning, couture, usual stuff. And I got a little bit of, I'm not going to put too much peppers because Ella's not a big fan. She finds it a bit spicy. And I got the Worcester sauce as well, which I quite like with the stew. So again, you can put as much as you want. Okay, let's see where we are. Nicely coming together. I can't really see any redness, so I think the meat, all of it is all sealed. And good, so the saute is all done. I'm turning the front off to press cancel. And at this point, I'm actually getting a pint of water ready, cold water. So it's good to go, because I have to be quick when I do the paprika, because I don't want to burn it and it will taste bitter. So again, normal paprika, I like it when it's quite nice and there's a lot of paprika. Again, just eyeballing it, but stir it. And I'm gonna be popping a little bit more in, because it's gonna be a stew. I think it's better to put a little bit more liquid in than less, to be honest. So I think 1 pint for this amount is gonna be perfect. It won't be like a soup. We don't want it too liquidy. Alright, so it's good to go in now. So pint of water going in. A bit of a stir, not much. Okay, just a tiny bit of a stir. All combined, and just this much more at the end. Alright, so I'm gonna seal this now. So the seal around the lid is on. I don't know if you can see it, make sure it's all on, otherwise it's a bit pressure. So I'm gonna pop the lid on, put the seal on. So this is seal off. There's a little sign on there, so seal on, and I'm gonna bring you to the front and I'll show you how long I'm gonna put this on for. Righty, welcome back. So pressure cook, and it's gonna be 25 minutes. Good. So we are on high pressure cook, seal is on, it's gonna bleep, and it's gonna take a bit of time. I don't think it will take too long, a few minutes. It just means that one, so it will still have to reach pressure before it starts coming back. With this one, because it's not much heating, it will take only a few minutes to reach pressure, and then obviously we just start counting back. And then when it's time to release the pressure, I'll come back and then we'll do it together. So time is up for the stew, so I'm just gonna do a manual release. So I'm gonna cancel and open a valve. And then we're gonna do a taste test. Alright, so we are ready to open the lid now. A little taste test. Lovely and steamy. But look, you see the pork is going to pieces. Don't need the digital thermometer, just have a taster. This is gorgeous. That's great. Yes, I'm just gonna put this in the meal prep container, the glass with the lid. So this is it. So pork stew and pasta, and both of these were made in my Instant Pot. So yeah, so I think they look absolutely gorgeous and delicious as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's really nice and easy, simple recipe to make in the Instant Pot. It's ready in really no time, and yes, it's one of our staples really, pork stew with some pasta. And as I said, it can be made with boiled potatoes as well. We're gonna have it with some gherkins and sauerkraut and a couple of slices of bread. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I can't wait to tuck in, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. See you next time. Goodbye.